Hi guys, my name is Marshall,
And I'm Sangeetha.
and today we're going to be doing a review for the film Iron Claw.
Ever since I was a child, people said my family was cursed.
So The Iron Claw is a new film by A24, directed by Sean Durkin and starring massive Hollywood names such as Zac Efron,
Jeremy Allen White.
Lily James, and much, much more.
It follows the story of the Von Erich family from their rise to fame and the tragedy that followed.
Okay, so story-wise, I actually thought it was going to be a wrestling movie coming into watching this, but I was actually surprised because the film is actually not about wrestling, it's about family, and really the ups and downs that go through every family, especially if you have a really big family. I think people are going to relate to that.
Yeah, definitely. I come from a big family myself. I'm one of 5 siblings, like the film. And so it was really nice to see a big family on screen. I feel like a lot of times you don't see it in films because you just have to focus on so many different people. But it was very relatable in that sense that they were like a tribe. If one person is taken away from that tribe, just how much it affects the rest of the people in that family.
They all shared such a close brotherhood between each other, and just watching on screen, it made you really kind of appreciate your own siblings. I mean, it makes it even more tragic when bad things start happening, and the whole premise of it is that Kevin, which is Zac Efron's character, and it's the character who's, told through the lens of, he believes that the family has a curse. Once he starts feeling like there's a curse with the Von Erichs, a lot of tragic things start happening. They start dying, and I remember the first death. I was so shocked with it, and I knew from that moment on the bond was just gonna get broken.
Yeah, because that made me think about my siblings. I mean, we have so many, like, as every sibling does, you have issues with each other and there's arguing and stuff, but to sort of put myself in those shoes of this family and be like, how would I feel if one of my siblings was no longer here? And I just know that it would tear the family apart, because also it's like growing up in such a big family, those are your first friends as well. It's not just a sibling, it's like someone you've hung out with and you've played with, and so just I feel like it hits in a really horrible way.
So with the characters of the film, I thought the actors were so suited to their roles. Especially Zac, I definitely felt like it was his best performance to date, and he really nailed it for this one. There were so many moments where his character Kevin was just so raw, and just like you can feel all that emotion coming through him. So I think he did such a great job with it.
Yeah, and I think as well, like, this is the first time I've ever seen Zac in like a really serious dramatic role, so it was just amazing to see how much more he can do.
Yeah, and also it was the first time I actually saw Jeremy Allen White as an actor, because I know everyone watches him from The Bear, but
yeah, so like that was one of the reasons why I wanted to watch the film as well, because I knew Jeremy Allen White was in it. I've watched him in The Bear, he's fantastic in it. And also Harris Dickinson, I've watched in a few things too.
He was in Kingsman.
He was in The Triangle.
The Triangle of Sadness,
but I also knew about him one time when I was researching different independent film, and just knowing that also he's very into choosing roles like that as well. So I was very excited to watch it.
Yeah, and even the youngest brother who plays Mike, Simon Simmons, he suited that role so well as being the outlier of the family. He doesn't like wrestling, he likes music, and he just played it so well. And I would definitely say that Holt McCallany as the dad, oh my gosh, like, he did such a great job of making you hate the character. He had so many moments where every time he came on screen, I just felt so uneasy because I was like, oh man, this guy's tearing the family apart.
Yeah, and I think like that's just a testament to making a great film, is having the whole cast come with such good parts of themselves that they can just take all of the characters and make it their own, and it makes it this strong unit. And even though you know, some of the other characters, like, you didn't see them as much, but for the time that they were on screen, you felt connected to them. And one other thing I liked about the characters was that I could pick out, okay, yeah, they're the oldest, they're the youngest, that's the middle child.
I think that's also a testament to Sean Durkin, who's the director. You need someone to kind of guide you through those emotions and through that arc. And having seen all of them do such a great job, you know, it's just such a testament to Sean as a director.
Yeah. So the cinematography is done by A24 in their signature style, which we really love.
Yeah, I mean, they have really great films like Minari, Sound of Metal, mid-90s. I really like that indie type of style, but it's also really raw. Like,
yeah, I love that, yeah.
I was watching it and I'm like, this cinematographer knows what they're doing, because there were so many shots that it enhanced the emotions of the actor so well. Like, I particularly remember two scenes. One was when the dad came in and told the brothers that they finally had a heavyweight title championship. And instead of one brother that thought they were going to get it, which was Kevin, the dad gave it to David. And then as they're talking about it, it zooms into Kevin, the brother who didn't get it. And it's like, it's a slow push in, and then you can really tell that he felt the weight of it. And the other moment was, for me, was the iconic one when Zac Efron's character, Kevin, was just bouncing back and forth between the wrestling ring. And it looked like he was in a prison because the rings represented like jail bars. And he was just like, yeah, and the camera was just... I don't even know.
You were just that impressed by it. Well, you were saying too, like, the opening shot, didn't you say that was like Raging Bull?
It was Raging. It was so inspired by Raging Bull. It had that black and white. It had just that really artistic feel to it. And I love it when films do that, because you can tell that they're not just trying to make a film, they're trying to make an artwork. And with this film, even the way that it was shot was just, it was so artistic.
So talking about favorite scenes, I know you had one.
Yeah, I mean, I went to see this twice in the cinema. So, and both times watching it, my favorite scene was still that one scene, which was when Kerry shoots himself and Zach finds him and he carries him to the table, and the scene happens after that, which is Kerry wakes up in the house and he goes to like river and he starts paddling, and at the end of it he sees his dead brothers and they're all there waiting for him. And I really liked that because it was so beautiful, and like it was just a reuniting of the brothers. When I first watched it, I was like, oh, he went to heaven, and I thought that was a nice portrayal of heaven.
Didn't you say like a friend of ours thought it was?
Yeah, so the first time I watched it with my friend Bailey, and he said that that's what Kevin was thinking about, how he imagined
kind of like
Kerry.
That's what he hoped.
Yes.
Kerry went.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that made it even sadder.
Yeah. But see, I would say I definitely interpreted it as, because it cuts back from that heaven scene to Zach crying at the table, and the crying at the table was very dark, but the heaven scene was very bright and peaceful. And I think especially when you saw Kerry go out of the house and he's jumping up and down, he's
legs,
healed,
yeah.
And I felt like he'd found his peace, although it was a very sad moment and a very sad thing to watch. It was like he was in heaven, and he found his peace, and he reunited with his brothers. And then when it cut back to Zach, I felt like he was just devastated because he lost his final sibling. And it's like he didn't know where Kerry had gone. When we were reading up about it, there was actually another sibling in the family who passed away, and the director said that they didn't want to add it because they felt it would be too much.
Yeah.
for the audience to watch, and I do agree with that. I feel like it would have been just so much.
Yeah.
And I think it was so beautiful for him to add that heaven or afterlife scene to show, whether you believe in it or not, that they'd found their peace. Like, it was a very tragic story, but just the thought that they're up there now and they're in peace.
I thought that it deserved a few Oscar nominations. Definitely the caliber of the filmmaking, the acting, the directing, the story itself. It really deserved to be up there. Yeah, that's definitely the level it's at. So that's how much that I would recommend watching this film.
Yeah, definitely. It's a great film to watch, and being about family too. Everybody's got a family. Everybody can relate to that. I mean, especially if you do have a big family. Like I said, I don't really see big families on screen too much, and it was really nice to see and really did make you appreciate and to all your siblings and to care about them and not get too wrapped up in issues you have with each other, because at the end of the day, family is important.
Yeah, we haven't seen many films this year, but to me, it's been my favorite so far.
Yeah, because you really felt moved by it, and I think that's what great cinema should do. You know, it should make you really feel something. Like, I left the cinema crying, and I was like, I didn't think I was gonna cry.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's just a testament to what a great film it was.
Yeah. Thank you again for watching another review.
Let us know if you want to see any more videos from us or any other film reviews. Just give it a like, comment, and subscribe to our channel.
Yeah, we'll be back next time.